So I was shopping for an outdoor propane fire pit and I've looked at tons of models, and after careful consideration I decided to go with the Outland fire bowl. Why? Well, there's a lot of reasons actually, but first, before we get into that, let's open it up, take a look at what's inside, get it assembled, tested, and we'll talk about why I ultimately decided on the Outland fire bowl. So in our box we just find the manual. We find a ring. This is to support the propane tank. The propane tank sits right inside this ring. That's a nice little addition. And of course, the fire pit itself. It's got a really long LP or propane hose, which I like. That way we can get it well away from our propane tank. It also came with one large bag of rocks, two medium bags of rocks, and another bag of just a few spare rocks. So there was no assembly. You just pull it right out of the box and this is what you find. All we have to do is add our lava rocks to it. So let's go ahead and get this filled up, fire it up, and test it. That was enough rock to really fill this fire pit up. That's one thing I was worried about, is that it may not come with enough of the lava rock to fill it up. Sometimes they skimp on those things, but we got plenty of rock on here. Another thing I wanted to point out, that I've seen other reviews where people mentioned several times that this is stainless steel. Well, it's magnetic, which tells me it's not stainless steel. It's a steel fireplace with a high temperature coating on it. So just to clear that up, no big deal. I think we're still going to get a lot of life out of this. Let's go ahead and see if we can get this fired up. So unfortunately, it does not have a self-igniter. I'm going to have to use a match or a lighter, or I'm just going to use my little propane torch here to light this up. So not a huge deal, but I would prefer to have a lighter, like a grill igniter. And that lit very easily. Wow. That's a really tall flame. Well, it definitely works. Let's get it out on the patio so we can, where it's actually cold, and we can actually see if we're going to feel heat off of that. I think it's going to take some time to heat up these lava rocks, and once the lava rocks are heated up, they're going to radiate more heat, and it's going to be a very nice little fire pit for us to enjoy out on the porch. So right now I've got the pit on high, which means the most amount of gas I can run to it, and the rocks are already starting to turn red. It's been running for about 5 minutes now, so the lava rocks are starting to glow, and it's actually putting off a really comfortable amount of heat. I'm surprised at how well it's warming me just in front of it here. So why did I choose this model? Well, number one, affordability. Very reasonably priced for what you get. Number two, portability. The fact that it is small, lightweight. They do offer a cover kit and a carrying handle for it. It did not come with it. I'm going to have to purchase that separately. But being portable, I can take this anywhere I want. Right now I'm on my front porch. I can take it to the backyard when we want to hang out in the backyard. We can take it with us camping. We can easily store this in our truck or in our camper and take it with us. So number three would be safety. So when we go camping, a lot of times we're in forests that may have fire bans or fire restrictions where we can only have a fire contained to a portable pit like this. Some restrictions, you can't have a fire at all. But even when you are allowed to have a fire in a pit, you still have natural wood that pops and ambers flying off and floating off into the air that could cause fires. So, and this is contained and it's safe. So I don't have a problem, taking this with us camping and feeling that a better chance of not starting a forest fire or any fire for that matter. And another reason I like it, as opposed to a built-in or a bigger fire pit, is because I've already got a table. I've got several tables that this is going to work for, so it's kind of bench top or tabletop feeling underneath the table, it is cold, so the heat's not radiating down. I don't feel like there's going to be a safety concern about, you know, the bottom part of it getting too hot, because I don't feel any heat at all underneath it. So that's the main reasons I purchased this, and I think it's going to work out great for our situation. Let's go ahead and turn this down on low so you can see the difference. So this is low, and it's a great ambiance. I like the light that it's giving off, and I can still feel quite a bit of the warmth. So I think I'm going to be really happy with this fire pit. I think the only downside is it does not have a self-igniter on it, which is not a huge deal, but it'd have been nice to have that. So if this is a fire pit that you might have considered purchasing, I definitely highly recommend it. Thanks for watching.